we try to promote public-private sector cooperation in the design and delivery of skills training, skills development. It is important that the industry and then education training providers collaborate in the training of young people. Because look, labor market relevance of training, this is key. And then young people who receive training should find a job after training. So now obviously, like, training have to be relevant to the demand of employers. How can we do this? We can do this when employers and the training provider, education institution collaborate. So now we try to promote this model of collaboration, industry education collaboration in developing countries. Now we like to convey this message. We like to convey this message, the importance of the partnership to developing countries. How can we do this? We can try and organize a workshop where we say, hey, this works in Europe, in Japan. But then if we take this approach, right, people in, say, for instance, Africa, they might think, yeah, that works in the north. It may not work in our context, south. It's already creating some barriers. Now, in order to promote this industry, education, training, institutional collaboration, we thought it'd be a good idea to showcase a good example from the south and to showcase it to some neighboring countries. It may be perhaps easier to understand, and also people be more willing to replicate success of a country in the south, because the context, cultural, economic context is similar. So then we organized this study visit. Let me introduce this project. We have this project in Tanzania where the National College of Tourism, which is public entity, collaborate with the private sector, hotels. So basically the college teaches in theory, and then students get practical training in hotels, partner hotels. This model worked very well, and hotel managers so satisfied with the training outcomes. And I thought, yeah, this is a good example of public-private partnership in skills development. And then we thought this can be replicated in the neighboring countries in Africa. So we have organized this study visit from Kenya, Malawi, Zambia, Uganda to see the project in Dar es Salaam. We invited policymakers, labor and education, and then training institution managers, and then employers and trade union representatives. And we show the project. We show how the hotels and college collaborate. When the participants saw this collaboration, they were convinced. This is the model. This is the training model they wanted. This is the training model they want to replicate in their countries. Obviously, right? It was much better showing that example, say, this case in Tanzania, of the south, rather than showing that good examples and practice of the north. Say, obviously, we could bring the good success of Germany or Switzerland or Austria, and show it and tell it to people in Africa. I mean, it wouldn't work. Why I think this South cooperation is important and effective is that the learning effect on the participant. Now, this peer-to-peer learning, right? The importance of organizing workshop, whatever, is to get message across. And then more importantly, get people excited about, say, a training model, and then let them replicate the model in their home countries. That's the important part. How can we do this? Now, this South-South cooperation works very well because people can see what works in Tanzania, right? Say people from Uganda or Kenya or Malawi or Zambia, neighboring countries, and if they see the success of Tanzanians, they get more excited and they feel, oh yeah, if Tanzania can do it, we should be able to do it. That's sort of like dynamics or learning effect, I think works. And I think this is a good way of conveying our message of the importance of the public-private sector cooperation.